got you, bro.
We got you. Okay.
What's going on?
What's
What's happening?
up? What's up?
Bro?
What's happening? Appreciate y'all having me on there.
Thanks for coming, man. Thanks for joining.
No
So,
problem, no problem.
yeah, man. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you, bro.
My name Big Homie Doe, Joliet Doe, manager for Peso Montana, artist, CEO, promoter, you name it, I could do it all.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but
All right. So, how did you get started in the entertainment, in the music industry?
I got started, well, like most people, rapping and being an artist, putting out some mixtapes, putting out albums, just grinding on the underground. And from doing from being an artist, I decided, like I wanted to do go the independent route. So, I got a studio and started making beats, started shooting my own videos, recording myself, doing stuff like that, and just turned it into like a business. And um, with I was doing shows and opening up for people, and I started like looking at avenues to make more money. So, and I started booking artists and opening up for them myself, and just getting the money myself. So instead of asking other people to
Right.
pay me
Right.
for a show, I would just get, book artists that people would want to see, and I would rap and open up in front of it. But then I would count the whole door, so it'd be like, what I'm saying, a win-win for me. And
Right.
I did that for a while. And once I was got down here to Atlanta, I kind of bumped into Peso and saw that he was kind of doing the same thing, and we linked up, and it's just been like going up ever since.
All right. So, what was the first song or first project that you did with Peso?
What was the first project I did with Peso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think I started working with him when he dropped 30084. I want to say it was a mixtape we dropped earlier this year called 3008. Earlier last year, 2019, called 30084, and then pretty much everything he dropped in 2019 to current, I've been behind those projects with him.
Okay. Okay. So, when you and the homie first clicked, what were you looking for? You know what I'm saying, when deciding to work with artists. You know what I'm saying. What type of style do you like working with?
Um, Far as style, you talking about?
Yeah.
What you mean?
What type of artists you like
Um,
working
I don't really like. All right, it's kind of like a trick question. Not really trick, but
with? Okay.
for me, it's like I'm an artist myself, so I have my own certain type like vibe that I like
Yeah.
myself, but I learned how to differentiate that when doing in this music business. That I'm not one of them type of cats that like, yo, I'm only into this, and I'm not gonna vibe with nothing else. So it's not really like more so like a um vibe, but on the mute when it comes to the music aspect, it's more about what could make some money. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I like the peso energy. When I first got down here, I was going to a lot of showcases because like I said, I throw showcases down here now as well. But Hit My Line Promotions, I forgot to say that earlier. That's my promotion
Yeah. I
company.
saw
So
that.
Okay.
Online
yeah.
promotion. All right.
So when I started throwing showcases out here, I was basically like going to different showcases, and I would see him performing at different showcases, and I would just like his energy and how he had his stage presence and the music that he had. And then when I actually listened to the music, like when I got a hold of the music, I actually listened to it. I was like, yo, this kid is actually kind of nice. Like he's really saying some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, let's work together. But it's funny that it's funny that me and him we really didn't hook up on the artist management type. We didn't start like that. We started like because I throw shows and I had clubs. He also know how to promote. So
Okay.
us linking together came from us knowing how to make some money. Really the first thing that we hooked up on, and then the management of the artists and all that came down the line. But what started us from getting with each other was we were beneficial to each other by being able to make money.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line. Like having an awesome product, like it don't matter what you got going on. You can package that shit and you can sell it. You
Yeah.
can make some money from it. Hey, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah,
real
most
important.
definitely.
It's real important, to know how to market yourself. Some people think, they get in this game and having this everything. Don't get me wrong. You got to be dope. You got to be coming
Go
with
get my
that heat.
cigarette.
But you also got to know how to market yourself, man.
Most definitely, and he definitely know how to market himself, man. I saw what he was doing with what he was going what he did with his own um personal IG page and stuff like that. So once I got down here, I'm from Chicago with Joliet, Illinois. So I only been down here for a little bit, and the hustle and everything was a lot different where I'm from. So I had to get acclimated to um, how to get on Instagram and how to, maneuver through Instagram because I
Yeah.
did a lot of stuff on Facebook. So, getting with Peso, he really kind of showed me how to get my bearings right on the Instagram and because he was doing such a phenomenal job himself. So, and with that, it was just kind of like I showed him how the same formula I told y'all, like, yo, why go around and have other people take advantage of your stuff of what you can do when you could just cut them out and make your own money. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
that's pretty much what we do, man.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And then not like just having a team, like finding that partner, like you said, like that he was ready. He was, getting his like everything, and like having like fucking with somebody that gonna make some money or whatnot. Like you got to make sure that that person is ready to go and motivated because you don't want nobody part of your team that's not doing that, then it's like, okay, why am I even wasting my time fucking with you?
Most definitely, for
Yeah.
real. A
Yeah.
lot of because I throw showcases out here. Um, I throw a showcase every Saturday night. Well, whenever they open this back up with all this stuff that's going on, but
Yeah.
I throw a showcase every Saturday night downtown, and that's pretty much how I got my name going out here and how I met with Peso is by throwing these showcases for the underground artists.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
we gonna have to link up with you then, man.
yeah.
oh yeah, most definitely. That's really what got my whole start down here. Is I opened up. I had a spot in East Atlanta Village, and I just saw how because I was an artist myself, and I came down here to Atlanta like '06, '07, and I was down here as an artist in an artist capacity, and I was just like running over here and there and here and there, and I just seen how people will really sell you a dream. You know what I'm saying? If you don't really have your
Yeah.
shit right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you
That's true.
know,
Fast, quick and fast.
yeah, they ran up through me. So, they sent me back home, and I kind of like it took me 10 years to come back. So when I got back down here, it was kind of like I had retooled myself to understand like, okay, this time when I come back down here, when I was coming as a rapper, I needed everything from everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was selling me everything when I was just a rapper, when I was just
Yeah.
calling myself a rapper. Everybody sold me something, and it was up to me to figure out like, yo, do I need that, or is this good, or is this good? You know, I didn't know how to decipher what's beneficial for me or not because I was chasing a dream.
Yeah.
But then when I learned how to generate money on my own, and when I got back down here this time, it was like, okay, I don't need nobody. I don't need to talk to nobody, or I don't need nobody to usher me or open the door for me or ride somebody coattail. I went and got my own spot and built my own name by throwing these showcases where I pretty much undercut all the other cats that was out here, like charging artists 70, 80, $100 to perform. I just opened up the spot and just said, give me $10, man. You can perform for free.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was just like, cause I'm for the artists, and you know, I just thought it would be a win to see artists being able to not pay somebody 70, 80, $100. Sometimes these cats was charging cats $100, $150, and cats don't even get to perform. You know what I'm saying? Me coming from where I'm from, bro, I was just like, I couldn't believe that people let you do that, and you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to bring a certain different element, I don't, you know, Atlanta big on capping and finessing and doing all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, where I'm from, I really don't know how to cap. You really just supposed to be what you say you are. And if you don't do what you say you are or say what you are, then people don't really, you know what I'm saying, fuck with you like that. And in this industry, it ain't like that. It ain't like, in this industry down here, it's like, you can say and be whatever the fuck you want to be as long as your Instagram numbers match up to it. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Like, shit be weird as fuck. So it took me a minute to adjust to that. But, you know, I think that's the success that we have. And the reason why we're having so much success is because it's pretty much being self-independent and learning how to generate money. I don't generate no money by a lot of artists ask me when I throw these showcases every week, you know, they see what me and Peso do. I come across thousands of artists, but I'm only managing one.
Yeah.
It's because not too many of them know that this is, to be a manager, a lot of artists don't even know what they want a manager for.
Right.
They think you feel what I'm saying? So it's like if you ever had a job, when you go to work, your supervisor, they supervise you, right? That's their job, to supervise you. But they're not the ones that write your check. You dig what I'm saying? They're not the ones that's giving you the money. So it's the same thing in this music business. Like, a lot of artists want a manager, but if you don't have any affairs to get managed, or you're not getting any money, or you're not generating any paper, then how can I manage you? You know, how do I get if you looking for me to get you money and put you in position, then that's a service. That's a service that I'm providing to you. You know what I'm saying? But if you already have things going on and you have affairs that need to be managed, then it's the right situation for to be a manager. When with Peso's situation, it was like, yo, he could generate money on a weekly basis because he helped me put all these artists in this building. So I can get money with him every week. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, boom. It's like, so if he getting money every week, instead of me getting him a book show and calling all these people to book him to bring them to this show or that show this week, and hopefully they'll pay us $200 or $300 for a show, or give us a free bottle or free section, and whoop-de-doo, we got our own club where we got our own bottles, we got our own sections, we got our own club, everything, we got our own everything. And then the same people that he was going to bring out, if we bring them people to our spot and you perform, at the end of the night, we split the door 50-50. Now, we might have a $3,000 night, man, when you going home with $1,500. We ain't have to ask nobody nothing. It just makes more sense business-wise. You dig what I'm saying? So,
man,
you know.
It's real important, you know, to, you know, work with somebody who got a business mind. You know, a lot of these cats, you know, and especially nowadays, it's more about business. You know what I'm saying? It's more about marketing. And, you know, some of them cats, you know, they could be whack, but, you know, they got, either they got a team around them, they got somebody that know how to, you know, market that artist and get them out. But the good thing about, the real professionals that go to work and do it, man, the real music gonna be around a little bit longer than the bullshit.
Oh yeah, but you know what? A lot of people gotta like. I learned how to separate. A big thing that I had to learn how to separate is looking at the game from a fan aspect and looking at the game as in a business aspect. So
Okay. Yeah.
and being a promoter, it lets me see both sides of the game.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like I always tell cats when they come to my show, it's like you might come to my I like 90s hip hop, Nas, Jay-Z,
Yeah.
pop, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in
That's me right
I
there, bro. That's me
right,
right
you
there.
feel me? So but I don't press that to the young boy. You feel me? I know there's a new generation,
Yeah.
new songs and you know what I'm saying? So like I say, now I might have an artist that come in to the spot and he rapping like he's the new Jay-Z. And I'm in love with how he raps. But he only brought two people with him. But
Yeah.
he sound like Jay-Z. But he got only two people with him.
Yeah.
But then there's another artist that comes in and he sounds like Booney the Fool, but he got 50 people with him.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So when we doing music, as a fan, I'm gonna listen to that guy that sound like Jay-Z. I'm gonna take his music and I'm gonna bump his shit in the car and bump it on my iTunes and yada yada yada. But when it comes to this show and the business aspect, who is more beneficial? This cat right here that doesn't sound like Jay-Z, but yet he bought 50 people at $20 a pop to
Yeah.
my club. He gets whatever he wants. You dig what I'm saying? That's just the business aspect. So it doesn't matter if his music sucks. He made the money, and the guy that rap good, he only bought two people with him.
Yeah. But
You feel me?
it's also, it's also a human element to it. You know what I'm saying? You have somebody that, curiosity, is an agent of attraction. So, somebody walk up in that bit, with 100 people, then everybody else curious about what this nigga got going on. So that's,
Yeah.
and that's
It's
how
just
we
like
build our social media handles. That's how we build
yeah.
up everything that we got going on.
It's just like this. Look, it's just like this. Let's take it out of music and take it into any other business. Let's take it into let's say McDonald's. McDonald's does this every single day. They put up you ride down the street, you look at the billboard, and they got the Big Mac sandwich on there, and it's got the perfect bun, the lettuce is all wet, the fucking bacon is all good, the burger is all juicy and shit. So you see it, you pull up to McDonald's, you order the Big Mac sandwich, you open the box up, the burger doesn't look nothing like what is on the fucking billboard.
Yeah.
But yet, what do? We eat the fucking sandwich,
Yeah.
throw the box away, and next time you drive down the street, you see the fucking sign again, you go get another burger. That's what this music industry is. It's the same marketing plan, it's the same aspect. If you got 100 people with you, no matter how you dressed it up and made it look like how you make the billboard look,
Yeah.
if the people come through the drive-through and buy it, that product sells. No matter what the opinion is of that burger, if the burger is selling, the burger is successful.
Yeah.
So, that's how I had to take my mindset out of a fan aspect. Now, as a fan of the music, I think a lot of this music is trash. But as a businessman, would I not like to be behind something that's doing 1 billion streams? And yeah, of course, who wouldn't? So, that's how that's how these record labels look at you. That's how these, people look at you. So I try to let artists know a lot of times that come to me for management or whatever. It's like, yo, learn your worth.
Yeah.
Learn what your worth is first. If you know what your worth is, then you would know what you need to do and what you don't need to do in the game. That's all it is the difference between a rich man and a poor man is knowledge.
Yeah.
He knew how to get it and you didn't. And if I give you the same knowledge and the same tools, you'll be surprised how many people know that you should get paid if you bring a lot of people to the show.
Right.
You'll be surprised how many people think that. There's a lot of people that think that they still should get paid for their shows because their song is good.
Yeah.
I can't make no money off your song.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me? If you come to my show and you pipe the crowd up and everybody screams your name and everybody follows you, those are all benefits for you.
Yeah.
They don't benefit me any. The only thing that benefits me is if you bring people to the door. That's the only way I make money. And vice versa as a rapper. So to counter that and to teach the culture, the same thing that I'm telling y'all, each and every Saturday, I do a showcase called Big Script Saturdays. And one of the bills that I put up for the Big Script Saturdays for every artist that comes to the show is instead of charging you all this astronomical fees to come rap and just get everything from you and you don't get nothing back, I just tell the artist, look, if you bring 10 or more people, if you bring 10 or more people with you, then say, let's do the math on it. If you bring 10 people at $20 a pop, 10 times 20 is what? $200. All right, I'm gonna pay you 100 and I'm gonna keep 100. We split that both ways. You
Yeah.
didn't put no money up. I put all the money up. I give you a flyer. You bring the people. You bought 200. I give you 100. I take 100. We both ate. That's a 50-50 deal. And the artist is happy right after you get done rapping and performing. I slide him his bread and boom, there it is. Now, if you bring 20 people next time, that's 400. Now you get $200.
Yeah.
You see? So it's basically showing the artist, instead of coming out here and trying to cap somebody down,
Like that.
Yeah.
you feel me? Instead
Yeah.
of say the artists always think the promoter's crapping them down, but it happens the same. It happens vice versa. And a lot of artists, a lot of underground artists don't know that because they haven't reached the level to where they would do the capping. So let me put you in another example. I give to the artist. I say, all right, well, say if you charge me $500 for a show, all right, you charge me, you want your $500 back end. All right, cool. I give you $500. Now you want 10 of your guys to come in for free. All right, if I charge $20 at the door, 10 times 20, that's $200. So now I'm down $700 investment into you. You want a section in a bottle? That's another $250. I'm down $950.
Yeah.
So I'm down a good $1,000 to give you a $500 paid show. Now, if we're doing good business, and if you understand the definition of good business, that means you benefit and I benefit. I see your benefit as you got a paid show, your man's is in for free, you got a bottle, you got a section, you got to go at a perfect time, everybody yelled your name, boom. Everything is there for you. Now, explain to me, how do I get my $1,000 back for tonight's investment? Where is my, what they call in the business term, a ROI, a return on my investment?
Yeah.
Where is my return? How do I get my money back?
Yeah.
And when you ask the artist that, they go blank. They be like, that's because you don't, you feel me? you don't know how you're going to get the money back. I'm going to get my money back by you telling me if it cost me $500 and I spent $950 on you, then you're supposed to bring me back not just my money, because nobody, let's say if we were selling drugs, I'm not going to buy a pack that I just make the money back for. I want to buy a pack that I can profit off of.
Yeah.
So how do I get my money back? Well, at $1,000, it costs me to invest. If it costs me, if it's $20 entry, that means you need to bring 50 people to see you. 50 people is just to get my money back. That's my $1,000 investment back.
Yeah.
Now, 51 people makes me a $20 profit from you. Does it make sense for my end to spend $950 and only make $20 back?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel you.
Right. So I want to ask you something. You so for somebody who really want to like make money, like with you as a promoter, like how can they get like people to support them and fuck with them and like come to the show and stuff, like, because I know a lot of people be saying like they want to do this and they want to do that, but they like, you know, they get like one or two people and like, damn, I can't get, at least like, how can I figure out how to get these people to come to the show and support me and fuck with me, or just to come out?
Yeah, without giving too much. The basic way that I get people to come to my shows is by DMing them. Hey man, you want to come? I got a show this weekend. You want to come out? This is what we doing. We giving $10 for Every person you bring over 10 people. You bring over 10 people, I'm gonna pay you $100 per people that you bring. You know what I'm saying? Per 10 people that you bring. You bring 10, I'm gonna give you 100. You bring 20, I'm gonna give you 2. It's just all about how you DM people.
Yeah,
Direct contact to them. Everybody in the world has a.
look, you responded to the DM, right?
Mm-hmm.
See how we
Yeah, that's how we
responded?
got. That's how we on the phone right now. Yeah, it's just by DMing
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And I have a system of how to reach thousands of artists at the same. Like I bring out an average of 150, maybe 200 people every Saturday night. But to get those 200 people, I have to DM over 25, 3,000 people.
The law.
And people, I
Yeah.
have to do that
Yeah.
weekly.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel me? So it's like a whole job, you know what I'm saying? And
The
if an
law of
artist,
averages.
that's what makes,
Business
yeah,
talk
and
the
that's
law
what
of
makes
averages.
peso, that's what makes peso a little bit different than the average rapper. If you're looking for fame, if you're looking for the fame, like, is he on the radio? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? Probably not. He's not going to be that in the fame. But one thing I tell him all the time is there's a difference between fame and being successful. You can, I know, let me tell you this.
Yes.
I know a cat that got 300,000 followers on Instagram with a blue check. He sleep in his car. Okay? He got 300,000 followers and a blue check on Instagram. He sleeps in his fucking
Wow.
car.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Are we
can
still
believe
there?
it.
Yeah. I eat.
But I also know a cat with $1 million.
Uh-huh.
He only got 220 followers on Instagram, right? If you put those two people side by side and I tell you who's more successful, most people will pick the guy that got 330,000 followers and a blue check on Instagram
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not the 220 followers. So that goes back to what we were saying before. As long as you got some numbers on Instagram, you follow. But in Peso's case, last year alone, from January 1 to December 31st, we did 97 shows in the city of Atlanta.
Wow.
Sometimes 2 a week, 3 a week, and it was all our own. No, we're not famous, but if I told you that every show I paid him 500 or more, 97 times last year,
Dang.
that's a successful underground artist. That's why you see so many videos coming out, so many videos dropping weekly after week after week, is because I have a formula situated to where on Saturday night I can pay my artist for his performance. He gets a good handsome amount of money to live off of and to perform from and to invest back into his career.
Yeah.
So the
That's
videos
important.
come. You understand what I'm saying? So if we throw a show on Saturday, by Monday there's another video up, and it keeps the content. It keeps the content rolling off the strength of him himself, not his job or not the hustle and that's the hardest part of what being a struggling artist comes through is you got to learn how to invest into yourself while living life at the same time. But if you got a job,
Indeed. Indeed.
you understand what I'm saying? Say if you got a job, wherever you at, flipping burgers, selling work, whatever you doing, that's your hustle. If you can generate money as an artist and invest back into yourself as an artist, now when you doing whatever you hustling with, you can live off of that and your artist life invests in itself. And that's what that's what I'm doing with Peso. So we don't get I don't get the fame, but if you add up success, if you add up the success, it's a lot of artists that can't keep up with what Peso was doing. Like I said, we got 97 paid shows already this year. We I don't know how many. We do one a week, every week that you can count in a month. So at the end of the year, it's going to be at least 56 paid shows, at least. If it's 56 weeks and we got the contract for a year, we're going to do 56 shows, and he raps at every last one of them, and he go home with some money. That means he getting a paid show every single week in Atlanta. It's artists that's signed right now that's not even doing that. You did what I mean?
All right. So do y'all like ever get outside of Atlanta? Like, before the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
coronavirus shit happened? Like, where was y'all like headed to? And what other places like markets
Man, we actually
graphics?
we actually got a joint. I'm actually about to get him, glad to get him out here in this West Coast. We linked up with some cats out west. Shout out to my man Star Money. Star Money. He actually from my town, and he got signed to a label out in Arizona, to in LA with these cats. 400 Ice Water Entertainment, and they kind of doing the same thing. My man Slim 400 and he's his manager Mud Dollars. They kind of doing the same thing that me and Peso doing, like being an artist and then throwing your own shows and throwing your own events and capping yourself. So we linked up with them and we actually doing the Desert Festival in May 15th out in Arizona.
Yeah, like
You
that.
know, so I can link y'all with them. Y'all maybe can get
Yeah,
them on y'all show and stuff like that.
sure.
But we definitely doing a show out there. It's on the social media and stuff. But May 15th we'll be out in Arizona, and then we got some things coming up back in Chicago again. And we just trying to definitely try to get outside of the market now, because last year it's basically been I've been taking processes a slow step. What I wanted to first do is secure my bag, and by securing this deal that I got, I pretty much got the deal secured at the club to where every week we can get money. So once I got that secured, it's like, okay, I ain't too much worried about what's going on in Atlanta, because we can get money in Atlanta anytime we want.
Yeah,
Period.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't really have to worry about nobody. I don't really call nobody or ask nobody, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't ask for nothing in Atlanta, man. I do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I know that I can open up the spot, and me and my artists can get money in Atlanta, it's really just about now setting up the getting out to these different spots, and building his the getting from being regional and getting
yeah,
to other shows. And that's what makes Atlanta want them even more. As long as we sitting here, it's like, oh yeah, we can see Peso any day at the Artisan Bar. It ain't that special. But as soon as we get on the airplane, it's like, I took him home to my city, Joliet, and he opened up for NLE Chopper last summer, and that was the first time he had did a show outside of saying Atlanta or anything like that. So that was pretty huge for him. But before we even touched back down, I had him booked at like 3 or 4 different spots. But we was
yeah,
grinding the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
time before we were
Grind,
like
grind strong.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like as soon as you get on the airplane, it's just like the people around here, everybody's watching, like maybe not on my my IG, the manager is always in the background, but on his page, everybody's watching, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's watching. But one thing I had to tell him, I said, with the route we taking, bro, we're making money ourselves. So everybody that's watching, a lot of people that don't open the doors for you unless it's beneficial for them as well.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
unless we're putting money in people's pocket, the people that you would in your mind think that they watching me and they seeing me do my thing, why they not putting me on, or why they not opening the doors? It's because you're not putting no money in their pocket. You're getting the money and you're benefiting
Exactly.
ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I'm on some Nipsey Hustle shit, like
yeah,
all the money coming in, but no money is going out. So, you know what I'm saying? The people that we would expect to put us on and do all this other shit, they're gonna watch. They're gonna watch, and we get the accolades and all that kind of stuff, but we ain't really looking for nobody to open the door when you can make your money yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you're making money yourself, it's like a lot of cats are signed for $50,000 right now. And $50,000 ain't no money.
yeah,
All
But if
right.
you making if I told you I made $100,000 during showcases last year, what would $50,000 be?
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Your mindset would be different. Not to say that I did do that, but you know what I'm saying? I'm
So let
trying.
me ask you a question. Like, so as an artist, like, do you perform at some of your performances, like the stuff that you put together? Like, do you perform as well, or you don't mix it? Like you don't
If
perform
I
with the
perform,
vocals?
I only perform with a live band.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
So if I don't have a live band, my performances are like spot on here and there. Like I might drop an album or and then I create a night where I say, all right, tonight is my night where I'm gonna do my thing. But for the majority of the part of the time, I'm Peso's hype man.
All right, go ahead.
All right, man. Technical difficulties, my bad, brother. Yeah.
No, you all good.
I was just gonna caveat, man. You know, you definitely have to, you know, in this day and age, you know, the way we do business, you have to add value first. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be educated too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you know, it's not enough nowadays to say I'm good at something. Pay me. You know what I'm saying? You got to add value up front, or nobody ain't gonna buy into you.
Yeah, it's just like any artist got some drugs. If I get that same artist some drugs and say, go to the corner right here and move this pack right here, you don't really have to tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? He can figure that all out by himself. But it's like when it comes to the music industry, it's like
Yeah.
motherfuckers think it's like a unicorn or it's some kind of magical shit to get you into this game. It's not. It's nothing magical. It's business. If you can, if you're a good, if I'm a dope artist, and I think I think I'm a pretty dope artist myself. And I think every artist should think that. But
Yeah.
it don't matter how good my music is. Don't matter how good my music is. If I'm not making no money with it, it's just like this. I got a pound of loud in the crib,
Yeah.
but I have no customers to sell it to. What is the purpose of the loud? You know what I'm saying? So
Supply and
that's
demand,
what,
baby. Supply and demand.
yeah, exactly. So it's just like, man, you feel me? You gotta really know your worth, man. Your worth in these show games is how many people you can bring. A lot of people rap about this back end, but they forget about the front end. You got to get the front end first before you get the back end.
Right,
And
right.
if you're not dope enough where somebody can see that you're a product, and that's why I tell Peso all the time, don't look at yourself when you look at your music, you can't put your emotion into it when it comes to dealing business. Because every rapper think that they got the realest story and they done shot niggas or you done did this. That might be cool with you, but the only people care about that is your fans. When it comes to business, if you're not making no money, I don't care how real you is.
Yeah.
I don't care how, and that's how the record label's gonna look at you. I'm not gonna sign you a check. I'm not gonna sign you or invest into you if you can't make any money. Period.
Yeah.
You gotta be making money, and that's why it's a lot of dope artists, and I used to be one of them. That used to be like, man, I'm way colder at writing these raps than artist A, B, or C that I see on the TV right
You
now.
hear it all
I'm
the
way
time.
better than him.
You hear it all.
You hear that all the
social media.
time.
If you put it, yeah, bro, you wrong. But where your
Yeah.
business at? Like where your business
But
at?
where your business at, and that's the only reason. That's what you can't knock about the guy that has the you could rap better than him, but his business aspect was better than you. He had an investor and you didn't. He had this and you didn't. So that's why I tell the artists all the time, if you can rap good, that's the plus right now. That's the plus and the additive. But that's a plus if you can actually rap good. But whether you can rap good or not, if you got hustle, you gonna make it. Every drug dealer that pick up drugs don't become a kingpin. I didn't.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? I didn't become successful selling drugs, but I became successful throwing shows and shit. So not everybody, not everything is for everybody, but everybody raps like everybody plays 2K. So if you got a lot of rappers, there's a lot of people that's just in the way. You know, that do this as a hobby and do this for fun. You feel me? So, it's just like, how many people you know play basketball? I know a lot of people play basketball. How many people you know is in the NBA? All right, it's only 430 something NBA players. All right, damn. Out of all the people that play basketball in the world, it's only 430 people that's playing this year in the league. That means not everybody's gonna make it.
No.
So what did them people do? You have to study the people that made it and what they did. If you don't study this game, how you're gonna get cheated every time.
Right. I think, yeah, definitely.
I've been
Like
talking
as
a
an
lot. My
artist
bad.
and athlete, think independent,
What's
huh?
that? What's that, bro?
Can you
Oh
hear
no,
me?
you good, but that's what we here for. We want you to, spill whatever you got. Like somebody on this live could be like wanting and needing to listen to what you just said. So we here for it, like all, and
That's
that's
why I
why,
love doing these shows.
huh?
That's why I love doing these shows because I don't really get to touch everybody. Everybody really don't get to hear the message. A lot of people that come to the shows, they get to hear the message, and that's why I feel like some of the success on my end comes because it's so authentic for what I'm trying to do. A lot of these cats that's out here are not giving artists the tools that they need to show them how to make money. You know what I mean? They all about taking from me. Just like I just told you, I only know from experience. When I was an artist, then I need to be a person that's being in a position that's putting helping people to get on. And if you don't do shit from if you do shit from your heart and not with any malice, no matter the success is coming. I might not be famous, but I'm very successful at what I'm doing. My business has been in the green for 2 years straight. So on a success aspect, I'm having my most successful year that I ever had. But am I famous? Nah, but I'm straight food in it. I got cars, house. You, what do you look at yourself as being successful, or what do you look? You want to be famous? You want to be on TV? Look at that. What's a very good thing of what I'm saying is look at that Megan Thee Stallion story. They said that girl made
Yeah.
$7 million was generated. She only got 15K out of that shit. Out of all that shit she was doing, all them videos, all them shows, and she only got 15,000. I put this in perspective. I made 25,000 in the 3 months that I was throwing these shows this year. So that means me and my artist damn near catching up with Megan, the artist, Megan Thee Stallion. She made
Right.
15K and she made $7 million.
Yeah, so basically
Yeah.
that's the benefit of being independent as opposed to being signed to a major label. A lot of cats think that's
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of the times, like these artists and these mainstream people, like they get into it, like somebody see them, like, oh, they give them all this, whatever jazz call, and they be quick to sign a deal, but not reading stuff. Look, you're not making no money. You think you about to make some money. You're not going to make no money out of this, and you don't understand that because you ready for it, and you not.
yeah.
You
And
have
that
to
real you got to pay back. That real
right.
you got to pay that back.
Yeah, you get signed for $1 million. That means you owe somebody $1 million.
Right.
You got signed for $1 million. You owe somebody $1 million. That's what that means. The bank gave you $1 million. That don't mean you just hit the lottery and you just got $1 million cash that you could do. And that's what a lot of artists think because they really don't understand the game, man. They really don't understand the shit. And I tell artists all the time, listen, bro, if we playing basketball and I double dribble and you don't know that double dribbling, you can't double dribble, I'm gonna beat you every time in the game. It's the same. It's the
Exactly.
same way. It's the same way with this music shit. If you don't, as an artist, I tell them, if you don't know what a promoter wants when it comes to this show game, then how you gonna beat them in the game? You gonna always cry and say somebody stealing from you, somebody ganking from you, somebody doing. They're not ganking from you. You just don't know the rules. You don't know the rules of the game, so you don't know how to play. And I had to learn how to play, and that came from you know what I'm saying? It came from years of experience. Like I thought that I've been rapping and putting out music since '99, so
But
that's
look,
20
listen to
years.
like talking of like about your music. We want to hear What's your latest track that we can find on YouTube? We want to play some of your music real quick before we close out so people can hear it.
Okay.
Like, because we
You can
definitely
check
enjoy the
out my joint
conversation.
Heaven.
Huh?
Yeah, check out my joint Heaven. It's on YouTube. Joliet Doe, Heaven. I think I sent it to you.
All
It's
right.
Heaven. That's my latest single, and I
All right. I
appreciate
got it.
y'all.
I got it. We finna play it. All right.
All right, bet.
Hey, True, you got that script?
Y'all ain't got no blunt up here.
Check your pockets. You got all the lighters?
Lord, I'm trying to make it. Heaven, heaven. Where the folks gave you football numbers? Ain't no hope we get cooked off supper. Good night, bro.
All right. That's what's up. I like that shit. I like that. I like that. So, thank you guys for tuning into our live. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, before we let you go ahead and tell the people what your name is again, man. All your social media handles, where the people can reach you at, bro. Breathe it in and blow it out.
My Instagram, also my main page at Hit My Line Promotions. Every Saturday when this COV, whatever this stuff is that's flying around. Whenever it's all done, y'all stay safe out there. Come and rock with us every Saturday night. Me and the boy Peso Montana at Big Script Saturdays. down at the Artisan Bar, Peachtree Street. You know what we doing, downtown Atlanta. We paying the artists. Come and get you some money. We got the Spotify playlist. Come and get you some money on Spotify. Whatever you need, holla at Big Homie Doe. You feel me? Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Lyfe Ent Group.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
We loving y'all right now, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one, bro.
Yeah,
You too, bro.
And we thank you so much. Like, it's just so important. Like you said, like when you came down here, you had to figure out social media. You had to figure out how to work shit, and make shit work for you. So, it's important, like, guys, while we are in quarantine, like, they got us on shutdown, they got us on lockdown, learn some shit,
Learn something.
Don't think that you know every damn thing. Like, take the time and learn some shit because you're going to add value to yourself, okay? So when we get out of this quarantine, when the summer hit, when the fall hit, baby, everybody.
We trying to come out here running and gunning at them.
Yeah. Keep killing them, bro. Keep killing them.
Man, definitely, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. That was dope.
Yeah, that was dope, man. I learned some things, bro. I learned some things.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, he provided so much information, so much advice. Like, as an artist, as somebody in this industry, it's always important for you to, listen and take advice and take corrective criticism as well, throughout this whole process, because that's the only way you're going to be able to learn. That's the only way that you are going to be able to project yourself in the market. If you really want to make some money, okay? And like he was saying, like, it's all about what you can do. Like, you can say, you can be the wackest artist or the wackest person ever, but if you got a plan or whatnot to make some money and you making money, okay? So it's important that you be educated.